Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video we're going to do a quick unboxing and first impressions review of the Yealink WH66 dual headset. I have been waiting for months to receive this little bugger, and I finally got it sent to me by the good boys and girls over at VoIP Supply. So as always, I'll have links below where you guys can see this, the pricing and everything at VoIP Supply, and also talk to one of their experts about one or more of these or about any technical questions or anything you've got. But without further ado, let's jump in, unbox this thing, and see what this thing is all about. And also, as always, we'll do a separate video after this, probably within the upcoming weeks, where I actually use it for a while and do an in-depth review and talk about specifications, pros and cons that I experience with this device. But for now, let's just get into a quick unboxing and first impressions and see what we got here. All right, so first appearances, it looks incredible. It says Yealink WH66 dual UC DECT wireless headset. This is model number WHD622. Also on the box, it says that it has acoustic shield technology, Optima audio experience, touchscreen LCD. I'm really curious to see what that touchscreen is. I think it's like a speakerphone or something, but we're going to find out together. Multiple device connection, which looks like this thing supports Bluetooth to a laptop, tablet, or your cell phone for mobile app use with the headset. Speakerphone mode, that's the thing I'm really excited about. Built-in USB. QI wireless charger. This I'm actually really excited about because from what I understand, this is one of those chargers that you can take your cell phone and just kind of sit it on it, and it uses some sort of electromagnetism or something like that to actually charge your cell phone without the use of any wires or anything like that. And then last but not least, customizable busy light. I don't know exactly what that means, but we're going to find out. There's a little star down here that says optional accessories. I don't know what that means. I hope that doesn't mean some of these are optional, but we're going to find out. So let's open this thing up and see what we got. All right. So it looks like we got a user manual there. WH66 mono and WH66 dual DECT wireless headset. Now, you guys, if you frequent my videos and you've watched any other headsets that I've reviews that I've done, you know that I prefer dual ear. So this is a treat. Also, it says up here on the manual, it says it's certified for Microsoft Teams. So for those of you who use Microsoft Teams in your office, there you have it. It definitely will work with Microsoft Teams. Let's see what this thing is that's in this box here with this QR code and this whole Workstation laptop setup. So this says UC Workstation, redefine your workspace, all devices in one, all connection in one, all control in one. If this thing is what I'm thinking it is, you guys, I am going to basically replace my current phone, which is actually a Yealink as well. It's actually a T54W that you can see over there in the middle of the video. But I'm thinking that this thing will literally minimize my desk space and replace my existing phone. And I would just use my cell phone with mobile app to connect with this and whatnot. But that's kind of the idea, I believe, behind this device. Oh, will you look at that. Dual ear. That looks super comfortable, you guys. Oh yeah, look at that. I'd be curious to know what that QR code's all about. Maybe that's to download the software or something. Maybe it's to instantly pair it with the cell phone. We're going to find out. Headset looks really nice and sturdy. It's flexible. It looks like it's got a mute button there on the side, which is kind of neat. But again, let's dig into the box and see the rest of what we got here. So this looks like we have the actual stand And the headset goes on here somehow. Looks like if you look at this thing, it's got these little prongs here. My guess is that is how you charge it. And it somehow sits on here like so, I believe. Yeah, it sits on there like so. It's got, let's make some room here. Throw some of this stuff off. It's got like a little lip there, if you guys can see that on the headset actually. See that there? It's got like a little lip right there that kind of rests on those prongs and make sure that those prongs stay on contact there like so. So that's different. I've never seen anything that sits kind of suspended like that, but it just feels or seems awkward to me, but that's different. It's got a little plastic protector sheet here on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and actually plug this thing in. What do you guys think? But before we do that, there was actually more stuff in the box. Pull this out. Looks like we got a Cat 5, or not a Cat 5, I'm sorry. This looks like a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging, I guess. My guess is that the USB-C end goes into the actual Yealink WH66 base, and then this part probably goes into a computer. Or, you know, if you decided to keep a phone, you could actually, like with my T54W here, you could actually, because most IP phones, and they don't have to be Yealink, have a USB port kind of like this on the back or on the side, so you could actually charge it that way. But I think I'm going to get rid of the phone altogether and use this thing exclusively. That's the plan, just to see how autonomous it is, which is the idea behind this device from what Yealink told me when I chatted with them about this before they authorized sending it. Also in the box, it looks like we've got a regular USB cable here. Yep, USB-A, USB-A cable. And then it looks like we have just a regular power adapter. So my guess is you can just power it completely off power, or you can USB charge this thing however you choose. Unless that's the headset or both, but we're going to find out. Let's go ahead and get some power to this bad boy. Okay, so it does look like it has a few different ways that you can charge this thing up, or a couple different ways. But basically, I just plugged in the AC adapter to our power over here to the left. And it looks like if you turn it over, it's got a part under here where you can plug in like so. There we go. It's got a little bit of cable management there. Nothing too fancy, but to kind of keep that in check. Looks like you can optionally charge it with USB as well, from what I see here. So that explains what that explains why we have the two cables, because you could plug in from regular USB to regular USB there with the A to A cable, or you could use the A to C cable that I showed you guys, because most newer laptops, like the one that I actually have sitting next to this camera, they use USB-C. So that's actually kind of cool that it came with the different options in there. So we've actually got power to it now. Let's go ahead and put our headset back on there like so. That's still taking me some getting used to how that goes on there, but I'm assuming that that's probably charging now that there's actually power going to the base. Let's see how, I wonder. Oh, there we go. It's doing something. Oh, there we go. So I kind of press it in there, and it kind of, I don't know if that's got a magnet or something in there. It's like don't quote me on this, you guys, but it's almost like it's got a light magnet that doesn't fully clamp this thing down, but it kind of keeps enough resistance on it to get it down. In a future review video, we'll have to do a review on what the flashing green and what the red means. My guess is the red maybe meant off, or maybe meant it wasn't charging. That flashing green probably means that it's charging, is my guess. So let's take it off and see what it does. Well, it's not flashing green anymore, and now it is. So I think that means it's charging. Maybe it goes solid when it's full, but again, we'll figure that out in a future video. One thing I wanted to point out here really quick, I was wondering where the wireless charging base was for the cell phone, and I came over here. Let's move this a bit. So the wireless base is this thing here, and it's an optional add-on. It didn't come with this. That's kind of a bummer. But I'll ask either Yealink or my buddies over at VoIP Supply to send me that so I can add it to this, because that would be a nice add. But it does not look like it is included with this. It looks like it's definitely an add-on, but I'll show you guys where that goes. I found that. So if you look over here, if you guys can see that, it says WHC60 port. The WHC60 is actually the additional optional add-on for that wireless cell phone base. And the way that I assume it works is you pull this off. Let's just go ahead and do it. Why not? You pull this cover off, and there you go. And there's your prongs to actually be able to connect the WH60C. So I'll try to get that in the upcoming weeks. So here we are. Base is powered on. We'll put our headset back on there like so. I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of this. Let's see how far we can get here. I'm not going to do the whole setup with you guys on the Bluetooth and all that stuff. Like I said, I'll do a review on this thing where we go more in depth and I show you guys just how it works. It says main, it says base paired 1 headset up to 4. So that's kind of cool. At least now we know. Let me bring that closer so you guys can see that. At least now you know that you can have up to 4 headsets paired with this thing, which is kind of neat if you've got maybe a team that's working off a single extension connected to this thing, or if you just want more than 1 headset for whatever reason. Maybe you've got a large office or you've got a big home office where you've got, you know, like for me, I've got a studio and an office in an upcoming structure that we're building. That's a bit of a teaser for you guys on some upcoming news here at RTG, but you know, for me, 2 headsets could work. But, so we'll just say main. Let's just see what happens if we say to add that. Put new headset into base for pairing. Okay. So that tells you right there that unlike most headsets, like for example, older headsets, like I've got an old Plantronics that some of you guys have probably seen me use in some videos. This has to be paired through a sequence that you have to do with some buttons and things like that. But the way that I'm understanding this thing is that this thing, you can just sit an additional headset onto this and it identifies it somehow and it pairs it. So that's kind of nifty, but we're going to cancel out of that. So let's just say next. It says, please connect USB to PC device or phone. We're not going to do all that right now, but it sounds like that's how I would pair it to my phone to get it onto my mobile device. Say Bluetooth. Yep, it looks like I can do Bluetooth instead of USB. So you guys get the gist there. The way that I understand this, and then we're going to wrap this video up, because like I said, we'll get into more of this on an in-depth review, which we'll do in the upcoming week or so. Once you pair this with a phone or laptop, like to use with a desktop app or your phone or both, because you can have this connected to multiple devices, it's designed to be an all-in-one type of scenario and eliminate desk clutter, but also simplify things since everything is mobile and people in their home offices and stuff have limited space and limited equipment. So this is supposed to kind of simplify communications, but also still give you a high quality experience. But the idea behind this is once I pair this Bluetooth to my cell phone, we use Vonage internally, so I would pair it to my cell phone, then I would go into my Vonage mobile app and tell it to work with this thing, this headset. And then that's all I would use for my total communications is this thing, my headset, and my cell phone. Finally, the way that I understand it, just like what you guys saw in the box, let me grab that there and show that to you one more time before we wrap this up. Just like you guys saw in the box here for how this thing works, see where it says PC soft phone, Lisa's phone. You create profiles on it per se, and then you switch back and forth, and then your headset here knows where the communication is going. So it literally is like an all-in-one communication system. Anyways, that wraps up our quick unboxing and first impressions of the WH66 dual UC DECT wireless headset. Notice it says it's a DECT, a DECT, which is the same type of thing like you usually see with wireless IP phones, but it's also a headset. But it can also connect to a phone, but it can also connect to your desktop app or your mobile app on your cell phone. It's quite literally Yealink's attempt, and this is a very unique thing that they've come up with in the market. I don't believe anybody else has copied this just yet, but it's a very unique attempt to completely unify your communications no matter where you are in the office or no matter where you go or what application or appliance you're using. So anyways, big thanks again to VoIP Supply for sending this over, and also big thanks to Yealink, who gave me some information on this thing before we did this quick unboxing and first impressions. I like it. For those of you who frequent the channel, you know that I'm a huge Yealink snob, so I'm impressed already. Again, I'm going to use this for the next week or so, and then I'm going to come back and do a full in-depth review with it connected to our actual office equipment and software that we use to run the corporation. And then I'll let you guys know what I think, and I'll actually show you guys what it looks like in action. If you're watching this video and you're somebody out there that's used the Yealink WH66, I would absolutely appreciate and love if you would comment on this video and let us know what you thought about the device, good or bad. You know, tell us the good, tell us the bad, tell us the pros, the cons. Just be polite and respectful in however you rate the device on our on this particular video, and let us know what your experience was. If you're interested in seeing more information on this device and pricing, again, I'll have links in the YouTube video description below, as well as on our blog when we do a quick when our blog writer does a blog review on this. And just stay tuned as always, and we'll do the future review. As always, if you found the video helpful, please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We upload new videos every single week. Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business, phone, and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.